Hello everybody, Aaron the Nintendrovert here, and welcome back to the channel. We are back with more Rayman Legends, and today we are on the desert of Doritos. Yep, desert of Doritos. That's what it says. You can fact check me on that. I would never lie to you. Oh, we got a lot of unlocking that's about to happen. You know, it's funny. I've referenced Doritos several times on this channel. It's become like a running gag. To be completely honest, and you know, I might lose some subscribers over this. People might, you know, dox me, harass me, try to cancel me, all that fun stuff. But, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't really like Doritos. I'm a super picky eater. So, yeah, I've never been a big fan. Like, I don't like ranch dressing or anything like that. So, Cool Ranch, the idea of that always is just kind of grossed me out. And I know they've also got like the cheese Doritos, but I really don't eat a lot of cheese chips either. Like the only cheese chip that I eat is like the cheddar sour cream chips. It's like by I guess it's Lay's, like the Ruffles chips with the ridges. But other than that, I don't really eat cheese. Like I don't eat Cheetos. I don't know. I'm a very picky eater. Honestly, I could make a longer list of things that I don't eat than things that I do. Like I don't like I don't like hamburgers. I don't like hot dogs. I have a very limited palate. I don't like most Mexican food. I do like a fajita though. A mixed fajita with chicken and steak in there. That's pretty good. That's the only thing I'll eat at a Mexican restaurant. I don't like. I'm very grossed out by like. Burritos and like tacos, anything with like ground up meat like that, as well as beans. I don't like beans either because it just reminds me of diarrhea. Just the texture, the color, the consistency, the smell, all of it just no. So yeah, I'm not a fan of beans or ground meat. I don't like nuts. My go-tos are like chicken and pizza. I can eat those like every day of the week. But yeah, I'm an extremely picky eater. Sorry if that offends literally everybody. But yeah, I'm thinking of more things I could tell you that I don't eat, but like I really don't want to get judged for it. It's already bad enough. I think saying I don't like hamburgers and hot dogs is enough where people are already going to be very judgy about that, so no need to give any more fuel than I already have. But anyway, we're in the desert of didgeridoos here, and I thought I would play as a teensy. I'm the Teensy King, I guess. How are you feeling today? Oh, I'm just Teensy King. How are you doing? That should be a new expression instead of Peachy King. Speaking of Teensy, there's one of our brethren. But yeah, we are just trucking right along through this game. We'll probably have maybe 3 more episodes of this playthrough after this one, because I believe that's all the worlds that's left. We've also got some time trial challenges in the regular Rayman Legends levels, which we'll get to eventually. Let me go back real quick. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I feel like I was kind of just brute forcing it, maybe not paying a whole lot of attention. I like how when he glides, he kind of poofs out his little, you know. Oh, I thought we were gonna get zapped there. His little, I don't even know what you'd call it. His tunic, I guess. Almost kind of reminds me of Princess Peach in the Mario games, like Mario 2 and stuff, or 3D World, where she kind of poofs out her dress and slowly descends down. She also does that in the Mario movie. What we got in here? Got a turnip, radish, beet, whatever that thing's supposed to be. I know we sure beat the heck out of it though. Got him. Okay, grab the heart. If I only had a heart. Let's kill that guy. Get the lums. What do we do with the lums? Do we eat them? More lums for our tum-tums? Yeah, I don't know. I think we're supposed to be saving it. By the way, apologies if you can hear any background noise. There's a neighbor outside who sounds like they're going ham with a chainsaw. I'm not sure what they're doing. If it's like a Jeffrey Dahmer sort of thing, if they're like cutting people up or what. I should probably be concerned, but yeah, they're just They're just hacking away at something out there. Either that or they have like the most loud and obnoxious lawnmower known to man. But anyway, though, let's just keep trucking right along here. This world is kind of an interesting, kind of a weird theme where it's like everything is musical instruments, but it's also like a desert. So, you know, I don't know where they came up with that from. I think the first Rayman game, which I've actually not really played, to be honest, was on like the PS1. But I believe there was a world in that game called Band Land where it had a bunch of musical instruments, so I guess this world's kind of a reference to that. Not sure why they set it in like a desert though, but you know, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Kind of mash those two ideas where it's like, well, it's not just a desert world and it's not just a music world, because those are, you know, fairly common theme, well, especially desert worlds in platformers, but kind of mixing the two, kind of making something a little bit more unique, give it a little bit more variety. I can get behind that. It's pretty cool. I don't know what these little derpy birds are. They're kind of weird. Also, we can kill them if we stand on it for too long. You know, it'll kind of just die. Can't support the weight of its own head with us on its beak there. This is why dodos went extinct, because the Teensy King just stood on all of them for prolonged periods of time. They don't teach you that in science class, but it's the truth. Not to go all conspiracy theorist. Alright, let's jump up here. I don't know what these platforms are supposed to be. If this is like the shaft, I shouldn't do that and say that, because that can be taken all kinds of out of context. But the shaft of a like a clarinet or something, or like a recorder. I don't know. It's this very woodwind heavy sort of world, you know. And I guess also brass instrument, a lot of blowing instrument. Again, don't take that out of context. But we got the trumpets in the background. I guess there's also, I think, maybe like some piano platforms, but for the most part, yeah, it seemed to be just like brass and woodwind type instruments. I don't know. Well, I guess there's some drum platforms we bounce on too. So we got percussion in there. We got most of our different instruments. I don't know if there's any like stringed instruments in any of these levels, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, that's the first level down. But yeah, I think the Teensies are the only character that I hadn't played as up to this point. We've been Rayman, we've been Barbara, I believe. We were only Barbara for maybe a level or two, so maybe the next world we'll switch back to her or something. I don't know. We were Glowbox. Again, not to be confused with Roblox. Finally got his name right, though. I realized that there's not two L's, it's just the one. I always like whenever there's levels with rain and you can kind of see the way that it sort of drips down. It looks pretty nice in the foreground, but even just like off the edge of this little wooden thingy here that I'm grabbing. Wait, hold on. It kind of looks like he's peeing. Should probably give him some privacy. No, we're just going to stare like weirdos. Okay, let's keep going. I like the music on this. It's kind of like that stereotypical kind of Arabian music, that or like Egyptian or whatever. Do the little hand thing, you know. I actually do really like the music on this level, kind of the woodwinds, which is very appropriate because again, but it kind of reminds me. I'm trying to think of like what, like it's very like East Asian, like Oriental sounding kind of instrumentation. It's very peaceful. Oh, I didn't want to do this. I want to back over this way. Let's just restart the sequence. I like how you can do that in this game. I pointed out before, oh well, this just started us from the beginning, but hey, we didn't get that far along. But yeah, anytime there's like a checkpoint, you can just kind of restart from that checkpoint without having to redo the whole level. Although this wasn't a good example of that, because I guess we hadn't hit our first checkpoint yet. It would be kind of nice if the game made it a little bit more obvious where the checkpoints are. Because it's kind of more like the original Super Mario Brothers, where you find one and there's no like flag, you don't like go through anything to indicate it. It just kind of, it is what it is. You die and then you find out like, oh, I had a checkpoint. Yeah, was there something? There was a, okay, no, I thought there was maybe a teensy down here, but I guess I was a teensy bit mistaken. Hey, thank you. Whoop. Whee! I didn't mean to go through that again, but I don't know what those are in the background. Those little curvy, bendy things. Is that like sheet music or an instrument of some sort? I don't know. But yeah, this music, it kind of reminds me, I don't know. I know on Avatar: The Last Airbender, you know, they have a lot of like woodwind instruments and stuff like that. Kind of, I don't think that's what this is what it is, but it kind of makes me think of like Zuko's Uncle Iroh, who would play the Sungi horn, I believe was the name of the instrument. Avatar: The Last Airbender is such a good show. In a previous episode of Rayman, I was actually wearing an Avatar shirt. You may or may not have noticed. But yeah, I love that show so much. Actually, yeah, I guess I was playing this game. I think I had it on maybe also during the Dragon Quest episode. Oh my gosh, can I just grab these, please? Okay, let's just wait patiently. Go, 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 go. Nice. It's cool, just cool. Into the mouth. Nice. Alright. Hey, I need you to grab me, please. Thank you. I believe there's something up here. Yes, there is. Let's go through the door that looks like it wouldn't lead anywhere, but, you know, lo and behold, there's a whole world inside the door here. A whole new world. Okay, kill the bird man. We did it. We saved the other King Tita. Hey, you're an imposter. Or no, I guess that one. Is that the queen? Yeah, that one might be the queen. Bye, honey. Okay, but if I see a king, though, he's the imposter. We're gonna have to commit regicide and reclaim the throne here in a very well-organized coup. Throw down the tyrannical government. I don't think that was the right word. To throw down the government. That didn't really make a lot of sense. But I had a dream, speaking of Avatar, and also like forming a coup, because that's something they do in season 2 when they're in Ba Sing Se. Sorry to, again, I've done this before on the channel. If you're not an Avatar fan, I just go to these big tangents about the show and you have no idea what I'm talking about. But I had a dream the other night that they announced, like they put out the trailer for the live-action remake of Season 2, because you know where they did the first season of the Netflix original series. But in the dream, at the same time, they also revealed that M. Night Shyamalan was coming back to direct a second live-action movie that was also booked too, and it looked terrible, and the trailer had like a fart joke in it with Azula, who was like the last character you would expect to be having a fart joke. So it was just like, oh man, they're really getting all the source material wrong this time, as if they didn't the first time. But yeah, that was the dream I had. I was looking forward to watching it though, because it was one of those like just so bad it's good sort of things. But yeah, I honestly really enjoyed the first season of the live-action Avatar series. I know opinions on it are very split. You know, it's not like the live-action Avatar movie where like it's unanimously hated by like everybody. Like 99.99% of people would agree that movie sucked. But you know, the live-action Avatar, like 9-episode series, however long it was on Netflix, or for the first season anyways, I feel like that's the most divided I've seen like any fandom or anything on the internet. I feel like it's right down the middle, where people have very strong opinions. There's very few people that's just like, it's okay. Everyone's either like, oh, that was terrible, I hated it, they butchered my childhood favorite, to like, I thought it was great, they did a fantastic job. Personally, I thought it was really good. I would give it like a solid, honestly, probably 8 out of 10, maybe 9 out of 10. It depends on what they're going to do. I know some people have complained, like, oh, they didn't have this in season 1. How could they not have this in there? But, you know, they've got 2 more seasons, so some of it is like, I think before we judge it, we kind of got to wait to see how it's going to play out. Because, I mean, they brought in a lot of season 2 stuff in the first season as well, so, like, you know, they might be going out of order with some things, but just because we didn't see, you know, Haru, for example, when Katara busts him out of the prison. Like, who's to say that's not going to be in season 2? Because they're going to be in the Earth Kingdom anyway, and Haru was an Earthbender. They were in a Earth Kingdom village, so maybe it would make more sense for that to happen in book 2. I don't know. But stuff like that, where it's like, I'm not going to judge it too harshly because, like, well, season 1 didn't do this certain thing that they did in the show, or didn't establish this, because, like, what was there I thought was really good. And I think they do some really good stuff with Zuko and Iroh's backstories. I might should be careful about getting into too much spoilers in case there are people who still haven't seen it for whatever reason. It's on Netflix. Came out back in February. Probably most people, if they were interested, would have seen it right now. But they do flesh out some things a little bit more. I won't go into too much detail. But for example, kind of finding out about, which in the original Avatar animated series, you don't really find out about that until like season 2 for the most part. Iroh kind of hints at it at the end of season 1, but in the live action series, they go a lot more into like kind of like flashing back to like Iroh's son Lu Ten, who passed away, and kind of like you get to see more about how that whole thing unfolded. And I think they do some really, really good, like they do it justice, like I got pretty teary-eyed watching that. So I don't think they butchered that at all from the show. And in fact, I think also some stuff, I don't want to spoil it, but about Zuko's crew, which is another thing that kind of made me cry, because you really don't understand. That was a question that I had with the original Avatar, is like, Zuko's banished, he's exiled, a lot of his crew members don't even really respect him, so like, how did they get stuck with that position of being with Zuko while he was banished? Like, it was almost like they were all banished too, in a way. But the live action series goes into that, so it does flesh out and make some things honestly a little bit better, I would say. I have some qualms with it, like I feel like the way they portray, at least so far, and it could change, but the way they portray Avatar Roku was a little weird. Wasn't super crazy about that. Just very different personality-wise. In the original, he was a lot more serious, kind of somber. I guess they kind of figured, well, Avatar Kyoshi is that way too, and so, we don't need for them to both have such a similar personality, but I don't know, Iroh was, not Iroh, Roku was still pretty different. He was still a lot more warm and inviting, whereas, Kyoshi was a lot more stern and stuff. So even if they were both kind of serious, Roku did still have a much more friendly demeanor than Kyoshi, I would say. So I don't know. I think it still would have worked perfectly fine. But yeah, they do kind of make Roku a lot less serious. But there's other characters like what's his name? Who's supposed to marry Yue. His name like Han or something like that. I forget, but they flesh him out a lot more. They do some interesting things with him, whereas he was kind of an afterthought in the original show. And that's not just me criticizing the writing, which I think Avatar is a very well-written animated show. I think it's better written than pretty much any other show I've ever seen. But I think even the creators talked about, like, there's kind of this gag where, he's supposed to attack Admiral Zhao on his ship, and he gets defeated in like 2 seconds. And even the show writers, they were kind of like, we sort of forgot we had that whole thing with him, so we just had to kind of like throw something in there, because we already, it couldn't fill up a lot of time because we already had the episode planned out. But it's like, oh yeah, he's supposed to come in and do something, so we got to have at least some little scene with him, and it ended up being kind of a throwaway gag. But so I think he was better handled in the series. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's a lot of stuff that the original Avatar animated series did better, but I think there's at least a few things that the live action series did better, and I think the two can coexist. It's one of those things like people just call it like kind of a lazy cash grab that's just kind of unoriginal, and like the problem with Hollywood and all that stuff, like, compared to like the Disney live action remakes. But personally, it's one of those things where like the show, like, yeah, people are right in that it doesn't need to exist. Like, they didn't need to make a live action Avatar. but at the same time, I'm glad they did. You know, like I can still appreciate it for what it is, and I think if anyone says like, "Oh, I can't still appreciate my enjoyment for the original because like such and such ruined it for me," like Teen Titans Go, I really do not like Teen Titans Go. You know, a lot of people will tell you that, but like that doesn't take away the original Teen Titans to me, even though sometimes, you know, wait a minute, you. Well, I couldn't kill him. What's this charge up sound? I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I can strongly dislike Teen Titans Go and bemoan it for, you know, maybe that show did keep us from getting a season 6 of the OG Teen Titans. I don't know. You can be spiteful about it for that reason, but to say that it ruins the OG Teen Titans, like I don't agree with that. Even if the show does, you know, like to insult the fans of the original Teen Titans, you know, that again, still though, that doesn't. Again, it's all the more reason to hate that show. That's valid. I'm not saying not to hate Teen Titans Go, but it doesn't make me go back to the original Teen Titans and be like, man, this was a good show, but I would really be enjoying it a lot more if I didn't know how they would go on to ruin it, you know. So, I don't know. Warner Brothers makes a lot of questionable decisions. Cartoon Network, just the whole company's kind of just been going through some stuff, you know, like HBO Max, like they've been pulling a bunch of shows from it, and like, I don't know. Not that Nickelodeon, I don't even know what Nickelodeon's doing. I just know Cartoon Network's not been doing great, and Nickelodeon's just not been doing anything, I guess. I don't know. If you want some good original animated series, I know there's a lot on Netflix. I've talked about it before. Maybe not so much over the past couple of years. I don't know. I've heard some things about how Netflix is apparently, you know, kind of doing and saying some things that kind of put animation in a bad light. I don't know. But at the very least, you know, from probably about 2017-ish through like, I don't know, 2020, something like that, they were putting out some good stuff. Hilda is a phenomenal animated series. I highly recommend checking that one out. It's very wholesome. Watch it with your kids if you have any. You know, that was a fantastic show. I loved it. A lot of original animated series on Netflix that feels like something I would have grown up with. Like Kipo, Age of Wonder Beasts, which is actually a DreamWorks original series, but it's exclusive to Netflix. It's fantastic. Speaking of Avatar, it had like the same like Korean animation studio that animated Legend of Korra. They did the animation for Kipo, and it just looks phenomenal. The sound direction is wonderful. So that's a really good show. You know, they've got a bunch of others on there. I'm trying to think just off the top of my head. Good original animated movies too. They had this one that was really good. I forget the name of it. It was kind of set in like sort of, I don't know, maybe around the 1600s. Like it's set in like an older time period, I think, and it's kind of to do with like sea monsters. It gets a little bit maybe too predictable toward the, like as it goes on. Like probably halfway through, it becomes kind of a very How to Train Your Dragon sort of a thing. But it was still a really good movie. Even if in some ways, again, it kind of as it progresses, kind of starts lacking in originality a little bit, but it was really good. I forget the name of it, yeah, there's a lot that I haven't seen yet on Netflix too. That's just like I've had in my watch list for ages now, but haven't gotten around to watching. So if you're like me, you know, lamenting the good old days of Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network shows that were, you know, worth a darn and not just a bunch of cheap fart jokes and ha-ha, it's so random type humor, check out some of the stuff they got on Netflix. They got this one show. I only watched the first season of it. I wasn't blown away, but I'd like to go back and watch more. I didn't like hate it or anything, but it was called Kid Cosmic, and it was by the same guy, Craig McCracken, who made Powerpuff Girls, but he also made Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, which was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. They've got a series on there. I talked about this one earlier in this playthrough when we were on the like the Day of the Dead world or whatever. But Maya and the Three, which is a show by the guy who made he made El Tigre, but he's got a original show on Netflix. It's like a mini series. It's like maybe 8 episodes or 10 episodes, something like that. I never really finished that one either. I need to go back and watch that. But yeah, a lot of the big names that you may or may not know from Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network that you grew up with, might have a show on Netflix. So look into it. So that actually reminds me, Fairly Odd Parents had a spin-off series. I don't even know if you'd call it a spin-off, but it's kind of a sequel series, I guess, called Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish. And I've heard really good things about that. I haven't watched it myself, mainly because the only way that you could watch it was actually on Nickelodeon's channel. So I guess that is one thing Nickelodeon's been doing. I was talking about, not knowing what Nickelodeon's even been up to, but that is something. But yeah, you could watch it on Nickelodeon's channel, but like who honestly has, satellite or cable anymore? Probably not many people because everything's streaming now. But they did just bring it the other day to, literally, maybe within the past week, put it on Netflix, I believe, which is kind of weird. I don't think it's on Paramount. So why did they put it on Netflix and not Paramount? Because they have their own, Viacom has their own streaming service, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like the Avatar live action series, I understand, because they negotiated that deal. That is a Netflix, original production. They partnered with Netflix on that before they ever even probably even conceived of the idea of Paramount Plus, because that Avatar series has been in the works for years and years. It got delayed due to COVID and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know. I think, but I do really want to check out that show, Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish. I don't know if Butch Hartman's involved with it. I kind of think maybe not, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, definitely. I think that's one worth checking out from what I've seen on it. It seems to be getting a lot of praise. And I think it's interesting. I might have talked about this on another episode of something I was playing, but kind of today's culture wars or whatever, and people calling things woke and this and that. I think Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish stands in a very interesting position where you take a show like Fairly Odd Parents where it's got the main protagonist Timmy Turner, but then in this one it's somebody else. It's a girl named I believe her name's Chloe Carmichael, and she's a girl, and she's also black, and I could see a lot of people saying oh, it's gone woke or whatever, but no one's really saying that about the show. And I think the reason being is in a lot of other shows that people accuse of being woke or whatever, they take an established series and they take the main character, but then they change the ethnicity or whatever of the actor or the actress. But I think Fairly Odd Parents: A New Wish is in kind of a unique position where that's not really what they're doing at all. Yeah, it's not Timmy Turner anymore, it's this new girl, but it's not like they're retconning Timmy he never existed, or he's been a girl of color this whole time or anything. This is essentially Fairly Odd Parents: The Next Generation. It kind of goes along with the established canon in the show, where when one god kid ages out of it, then the godparents move on to another miserable kid who needs their help. In this case, it's Chloe. So yeah, this is Fairly Odd Parents: The Next Generation. It's not they're not acting as if Timmy never existed. They're not changing his ethnicity or his gender or anything like that. It's just two entirely different characters, and it still does so in a way that still respects the original source material. So is that going to come back? It's not, is it? Great. Just like our father when he went to get the milk. But anyway, so yeah, I want to check it out because it's interesting. I think, you know, when you have these shows, like a lot of Disney's live action reboots, where it's like you take these characters that were already established to be one ethnicity and then you change it to something else. Like, it just feels very corporate, you know. It's like it feels like you're doing this because you know, you were having a corporate meeting and you were looking at some graphs and someone said like, oh, you know, our data shows that, you know, among the African American community or whatever community, that, you know, people aren't watching Disney movies as much as they should. How can we solve that? Well, what if, you know, for this remake, what if we cast the leading role as being, you know, this ethnicity or whatever? You know, it just feels like, I feel like, you know, even if I don't know, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. It's like, obviously I'm not, you know, black or a person of color, but like, I would think that if I was, I wouldn't be, you know, if anything, I would maybe feel a little like insulted, you know, because it's like it's very apparent. It's like the only reason you're doing this is because, you know, you just want to get money out of me. You know, it's not like you really care that much about diversity and inclusion or whatever. Maybe you want to act that way to get some positive PR, you know, to take people's attention off of, you know, say with Disney Plus not letting people who are injured in your amusement park and die to sue, you know, because that was a thing that happened, which sounded almost kind of comically evil, but then you could kind of hide behind like the positive PR of like, but look, we're so progressive and we're so whatever. But, you know, whereas if you compare that to like something like, you know, Aladdin or something from back in the day, or like back in the 90s, like Disney was doing all kinds of, you know, movies and stuff that represented diverse cultures, you know, from Aladdin to Mulan to Pocahontas. It really wasn't worth restarting that sequence just to get those. That was like, what, 10 lums? We probably would have been fine. But I didn't know it would start me back so far. This kind of reminds me of like the, you know, the snake levels, like the snake blocks from Super Mario World. It's probably what this was inspired by. Which I guess in the new Super Mario Brothers games, which would have been out at this point, like New Super Mario Brothers Wii, you had like some, you had like some skeleton roller coaster thingies that kind of were made kind of like a dragon like that. So maybe that's also what inspired it. But anyway, but yeah, you had stuff like I said, like all these different Disney animated movies in the 90s representing different cultures, all the way up to like 2010's Princess and the Frog, and nobody was really calling any of those movies like woke, but I think like you can tell the difference between those movies versus a lot of the stuff that Disney makes now, where it's like they felt genuine back then. They don't feel genuine anymore. It feels so corporate and so like they're just trying to tick these diversity boxes, whereas back in the day it felt like Disney really believed in what they were doing and you had a better end product as a result. You know, hopefully that makes sense. I don't know, but that's just kind of the way that I view it, you know, because it's like, why? Again, it's not just, you know, because I'm like a white dude or whatever, but like, again, even if I was a person of a different ethnicity, I feel like it was just like, okay, so you couldn't be bothered to come up with like an original script, an original story with characters of people who, you know, are from such and such country to better authentically represent me. You had to take a story that was like, you know, initially about a white character, change their ethnicity, and then just call it a day and say, look how diverse we're being, you know. Like, I just I don't know. I feel like when they do that sort of thing, when they change the ethnicity of the characters like that, it doesn't really benefit anybody, you know, whether you're white or black or whatever. Like, you know, And I think it's one thing if a director just has like a really strong vision of like, you know, hey, I think it would be really interesting if we remake Romeo and Juliet, but like it's a, you know, black director, and he's like, I really want it to have an all black cast because like I just think that would be an interesting spin on it, and I'm really passionate about it, and I have a very strong, you know, that's one thing, and I can respect that. Versus like, you know, we had a corporate meeting and it was like, guys, I think we might be able to make a little extra money if we like. It's just very apparent when you, because like you watch the, and maybe not everybody. There might be some people who really like, say for example, the Little Mermaid remake, but you know, I watched it and it just felt very soulless and uninspired. I was so bored watching that movie. Like putting, you know, cast changes or whatever aside, like it just really didn't compel me. So I don't know. I think that just shows like it wasn't a product. It wasn't a passion project, I should say. It really felt like a corporate thing. Like, you know, they're going through all the Disney, because if it was a passion thing, they wouldn't be going down the list remaking every single Disney movie. You know, there'd be a couple directors saying, hey, I really like this one, I want to do a live action. But when you're doing literally every single one, then that just shows that it's an artificial, they're just churning them out like a machine. They're not really, you know. So I don't know. Although I will say, from what I remember, I had some qualms with it, but I thought the Aladdin one was alright. The Lion King one was just probably the worst. That one did not need to exist. The Mulan one seems like that one was okay though. The Mulan one was, and again, that's not one where you're gonna have anybody calling it woke, because like she was Chinese to begin with. It's a Chinese story, so naturally they cast a Chinese person for the role. But the Mulan one, I think it went pretty dark, so I could kind of respect it for that, because it's like they are in a war, so they actually had to show Mulan like like killing people. Like I think that one even got like a PG-13 rating, so that was kind of cool. You know, Disney being a little bit more edgy, so I can kind of respect that. But like the Little Mermaid one, I just feel like there really was no reason for that movie to exist. It's just the Little Mermaid again, but it's worse. And that was kind of the same with the Beauty and the Beast one. Like, it's Beauty and the Beast again, but it's worse. I've not even seen the Pinocchio one, but based on what I've seen, it looks like it's Pinocchio again, but it's worse. So I don't know. With the Aladdin and Mulan ones, I'll give those ones a pass, I guess. Yeah, the Lion King one, like, oh, that one, just, why? Like, it bothers me because it's a live action remake, but I feel like it doesn't even deserve that title because it's not live action, it's all CG. They couldn't use real lions for it. But then also they say that, like, you know, even ahead of the Mario movie, that it's the most, the highest grossing animated movie, but it's like, well, it also doesn't feel like it deserves that. So it's kind of, it's like the worst of both worlds. It's like, I don't feel like this is truly a live action movie, but I also don't feel like this is truly an animated movie. It's just a, I don't know what it is, but I hate it kind of thing. So, I don't know. But, you know, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Like I talked about earlier in this video, I don't know why in Rayman I always get very, like, kind of political, I guess, in these episodes. But I'm always open to hearing other people's, you know, inputs, especially, like, you know, if you are a, you know, minority. Like, if you're black and, like, you really felt seen by Ariel being casted, you know, as black in Little Mermaid. I'm interested to hear why, you know, what you thought about that. Would it not be better? Because, I mean, I would think, you know, it would be better if, you know, Disney made like a original, not that they haven't before, they have, they just don't choose to do it as often as they could, but have an original story, you know, with, you know, black leading characters that's its own thing, and not just, you know, taking something that already exists and like, you know, I feel like that would be preferable, or at least I would imagine. But I don't know, let me know what you think about it, because again, like, you know, I have my opinions about things, but I don't pretend to be like the end all be all, like, you know, you're not gonna hear me say like, oh, you know, go woke, go broke, we need to boycott Disney because they're woke, because like I'm not that, like, invested in it. I just give my 2 cents about things. I'm not always right, you know. I'm just a dumb guy on the internet. So I don't know, and I'm also like always willing to be proven wrong about things. You know, if you can make a compelling case for why Ariel's casting was perfect, then like I'm all here for it to listen. Because I think that's what we frankly need more of in society, instead of just trying to cancel everybody and shut down their belief. Like, you know, it's something I've kind of thought about a lot lately. I think it's really a detriment to society, and why we're so polarized politically the way that we are, where, you know, it's like people on either side of the fence, whether you're conservative or liberal, and like people can't agree or can't whatever. It's because like you can't have open conversation about things without it just becoming real ugly real fast. And part of the reason I think that it does is just how short term that media consumption is nowadays. And by that what I mean is you make a post on Twitter, for example, sharing your political views, right? And Twitter, it's got like what, a 280 character limit. Like that's not a good, like you can't make a case, like a convincing argument for why you feel the way that you do with such a strict character limit, you know. But Twitter is like, you know, one of, if not the most used social media platforms in existence. And so if that's how you're getting your information, if you're forming your basis of like what you believe politically based on what you see on Twitter, for example, then like you're uninformed, like just objectively, because like you're not, you know. And even I think with CNN and stuff, like, you know, or Fox or whatever your preferred platform is, whether it's liberal or conservative, like you got people on there, you know, we brought in an expert on, you know, such and such, an immigrations expert to talk to, and they talked to him for like 2 minutes, and then it's like, you know, well, we're gonna have to cut you off. Thank you so much for coming in today and talking to us for you know 120 seconds. You know, go buy this person's new book. Thanks for coming on here, but you know, we've got other news stories to cover, you know, breaking news, and we also have ads that we have to run, you know. But then also, you know, of course you got TikTok and stuff like that. It's all this very short form information being consumed. Oh, it's the burger bird again. The burger. Let's kill him. Thought we took care of you in the last episode, you son of a... Get him right in the crotch, just like we did the plant monster. Right in the eyeballs. Now what's he doing? Why does he have like almost looks like a king piece on his head? Like a, you know, chess piece. Okay, let's do a little groundy poundy, little butt slam on his heady wetty. Okay, I think just one more hit and he's dead. Pretty easy so far. Don't want to jinx it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember this attack pattern now. Don't want to get sucked up into his mouth, into his gullet. Where's his... What just happened? I got stuck on him somehow. Okay, well, let's try that again. So I spoke too soon. Thought we were going to beat him right off the bat. Let's hit him in his groin again. Or not. Alright. Ah, come on. Oh, he's egging. He's egging me on. Okay, well, alright. No more fooling around. We got him this time. We're not going to die a million times to this boss like we did that plant boss in the last episode, which really ain't that hard. Okay. Save the teensy. Get the lums. But yeah, I don't know. I think if these social media platforms gave people more time to articulate why they feel the way that they do on any given topic, I think the world would be a better place for it. That's not going to like cure everything, because people have always disagreed since the beginning of time. Alright, whatever. What is it supposed to be? Has he got like a braided tail feather or something? I don't know. This bird loves screaming. That's what Big Bird did as I skinned him alive. It got real dark real fast. Yeah, look, he's even got braided, like, almost said hair, like on the side of his head there. I don't know how you braid feathers, but, you know. Okay, he's about to do the big suck. He's going Kirby mode. Ultimate sucking action. And then he gets tired. And I guess I just chill out. I don't know. I didn't see a weak spot open. Yeah, I guess we just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. Now what you gonna do? What you gonna do about it, boy? Okay, he's doing that again. Did I miss the weak spot? Did he make one open and I just didn't see it? Let's see. Oh, I gotta grab his tail, don't I? Yes, sirree. That's what. Oh, and then the tongue. Oh, that was the tongue. And the whole thing is the bird. I know that's not what Sandy says, but that thing's a bird. Or chicken or something. I don't know. It looks more like a chicken now that it's small. Now I'm hungry. Once again, they're hacking away out there with that saw blade. I don't know what's going on, but apologies if you can hear it. I feel like it probably won't pick up on the mic, but what do I know? Clearly not much, as I've already established. Which again is why any of my opinions, political otherwise, shouldn't be taken as gospel. They're just my opinions. That's why it's called an opinion and not a fact. I just say things, you know? Well, we got a bunch of scratch cards so we can be scratching off. Each episode so far has been about an hour long. We've still got some time left on this one. So what we'll probably do is, well, first we'll do some scratching. And then we'll go over and maybe do a few of the time trial challenges. Time trial challenges, because we definitely still have a lot more of those to do. My heart burns for you. I woke up with some terrible heartburn today. I had to take a few Tums and then went back to bed. Not that anybody cares. Reginald. Everyone comment, screw you, Reginald, in the comments below. Well, I know you made it this far into the video. Okay, let's just keep scratching, just keep scratching. All these scratch cards, now I'm starting to feel itchy. Now I'm like getting fixated thinking about scratching. So anyway, I started scratching. Rescued Weirdio. Never felt more seen. Got some lums. We need the levels. Give us more levels. That's what we need. Thank you for listening, gang. We got a painting on top of old Smokey. Well, hey there, boys and girls. How'd you like to sit on top of old Smokey's lap? Don't be shy. Old Smokey was later arrested for indecency. Scuba shootout. Yes, Code 13. We're aware of a scuba shootout on the premises. Scuba shootout. Okay, well, let's go back into these levels here and do some of these time trials, because why the heck not? And honestly, I think I'm going to switch back to Rayman for these, actually, because I feel like it's going to throw off my muscle memory. I don't know if you even want to call it muscle memory. Like, they have the same moveset, like all the characters, but just like the animations are different. So where I'm not as used to being this guy, it's going to be harder for me to choreograph it. So let's be Rayman. What's a Rayman we've not been? Oh, I know. I know the perfect Rayman for us. It's going to be great. Just you wait and see. It's going to be beautiful. There he is. Funky Ray. Funky, 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 funky. Funky, 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 funky. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Reverse, reverse. Reverse, reverse. Everybody clap your hands. Okay, that's enough of that. Didn't really look like clapping my hands so much as doing sit-ups or something, doing push-ups. But anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the main gallery. Now let's go to Teensy's in trouble. Alright, let's do it. Creepy Castle invaded. Rayman's big afro and his silhouette here. And as always, we gotta get to the end within 40 seconds. We should also have some now where we're being like chased by like a dark clone of ourselves that repeats our movements. So we might see that here in a minute. We'll see. Yeah, I want to say we're doing okay so far, but only time will tell. Get it, time, because it's a time trial. Alright, let's make our way through this green, cartoony looking like gelatin stuff, even though it's not gelatin, but it kind of looks like it, you know. It's cartoons, they can't say jello, of course, they say gelatin. We did it! Yay! Look at Rayman, he's so darn cute. I'd marry that man. Alright, that's one time trial down. Let's hop into the next one here. We probably won't do all the time challenges on this episode. We'll probably split it up, because again, each episode I usually go around an hour. At least that's kind of been the trend so far. Yeah, okay, yeah, here's one where this little dark clone of ourselves follows. Whoops! This is very reminiscent of like the cosmic clones from Super Mario Galaxy 2 specifically, and also Super Mario. What was I supposed to do? Oh, I guess I have to kill everybody on these. I'd forgotten about that. But yeah, apparently we have to kill everybody to advance to the next area. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind here. Okay, so far so good, I think. But yeah, there were cosmic clones like this in Mario Galaxy 1, but they functioned very differently. You would just race them to the finish. It wasn't like this where they repeat your moves and you would have to avoid, basically avoid backtracking to where you just came from, because you'll get into their line of movement and they'll get you one way or another. They're gonna find you, they're gonna get you. Alright. Just keep on trucking here. These ones aren't my favorite levels, to be honest, because they're kind of tricky. I've said before I'm not the biggest fan of time trials, but then you add this Rayman clone chasing you, which just makes it like all the more difficult, and it just gets tedious a while when you keep dying. Like, I appreciate a challenge, but I don't know, time trial challenges just aren't really my cup of tea, to be completely honest. Oh, go, 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 go. Nice. Alright. Let's back out of that. Backing up. Backing up. Backing up. Doing the worm. Go Rayman. No, sorry, Funky Ray. No disrespect to the Funk Master. Not to be confused with the other kind of master. We don't want to say that by mistake. Alright, ropes course. Yeah, that's what the other master's into. Anyway. Alright. Okay, so this is just a regular one here. Don't have to worry about any of those clone guys, it wouldn't seem. Probably not doing this as efficiently as I could have. Yeah, we'll see how we do. This might be one where we are going too slow, I feel. I think the main theme of this game is pretty good. All the different remixed variants of it. Are we almost there? We didn't do it. Alright, well, let's start over. Sorry, just do it again. Kill that guy, drop down there, drop down here. Okay, I think we got through that first segment a lot more quickly, so that's good. Let's do some of these. Oh, got a little stuck there, but that's alright. I still think we're doing better time-wise. Oh, that wasn't good. If I could have got up there, that would have shaved a lot of time off, but I messed that up. So now we might be hurting a little bit, but I think we'll still maybe be okay. Yes. Good freaking deal. We did it. Ah, I didn't mean to hit retry. Dag, blast it. Okay. Exit the level. And let's pick another one. Let's pick another one, bruh. Okay, what do we got next? Any more in this particular world? Seems like maybe not. So let's leave the world and we'll move on to the second one. Got about 5 minutes left and then we'll call the episode there. So we won't do all of them probably in this next world. But we'll see. I think that gives us some extra scratch cards too. No? Okay, never mind. I thought if we got everything, we got like 5 more scratch tickets, but apparently not. And once again, I'm scratching myself because I'm talking about scratch tickets. So we've got 3. Is that all? Well, we might could do that in 5 minutes. Ray and the Beanstalk invaded. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Let's freaking go. Yahoo! Yeah, freaking who, Luigi? Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't anticipating that. All right, let's try that again. Gotta bounce. Literally, gotta bounce. All right. Whew. You need extra security at the club? Rayman will be your bouncer. Yeah, this is kind of a bit of a tricky one. Ooh. Well, actually, okay, not too bad. Whoop. See, we even had time to make silly mistakes like that. That was a short one. Alright, well, we did it. So, only one thing to do. Whee! Okay, only one other thing to do. Move on to the next one. You're welcome, you guys. Alright. The Winds of Strange. I get it. It's like the Winds of Change. I see what they did there. Hilarious. It's so funny. I might poop on myself. Oh, okay. This is another one of these stupid ones. No, I mean, they are a fun concept. I just don't really like time challenges, as I've said multiple times now. I don't know why I feel the need to keep reiterating it. But, yeah, these ones in particular can be extra challenging. And since I already don't like the time challenges, anything that makes me have to retry them more and more is just not my favorite thing, to be completely honest with you. So it's like, I'll do it, but I don't really have the patience for it. Oh shoot, that was not good. That wasted a lot of time right there. I thought we were dead, and then we weren't, and then... Oh, get it! Man, if we get this one, it's going to be a miracle. I don't even know if I need to be killing these guys. I don't think I do. I don't think this is like that last one where I needed to kill them to open the way forward. So I'm making this one last like significantly longer than it needs to. Oh man, we almost actually made it though. We could shave a lot of time off of this one though, now that I realize I don't have to like kill everybody. And this one's going to be easy peasy now. It's going to be easy peasy. Okay, now it's gonna be easy peasy. I tell you what, son, it's gonna be so easy peasy. I don't know what's easier, the easy or the peasy, but it's gonna be easy peasy. Let's kill that person. Yeah, I think that's what killed me last time. That guy threw a thing down. It was kind of hard to see exactly what happened, but yeah, I think that was it. Oh Lord! All right, well. Okay, let's try this one more time. These early enemies, you do kind of have to kill. So maybe I can't shave off as much time as I thought I could, because you kind of do need to kill them to get around them. But you know, that's the end of the sentence. Just but you know, son of a monkey, that laser frog. Oh no. Go. 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 Oh, no. Okay, yeah, we're not going to make it. Alright. Start over. Let's do it again. This one's really not that hard. I'm just sucking. Sucking like that bird guy. Oh, would you just... Oh, Lord. Oh, heavens to Betsy. This ain't looking good. I do that every time. I get stuck on... Alright, alright. This is the one. This is the one we're gonna do. Okay, this is the one. We're gonna do it this time. I misspoke last time when I said that that was the one. But okay, this. For real. So much for doing this within an hour. We're at like an hour and I think almost 2 minutes at this point. So I'm behind on my quota. Okay, I think that shaved off a little bit of time for us. Let's just keep on keeping on. I could have shaved off time there, but whatever. It is what it is. We've made our bed, and now we're going to have to lie in it. Oh, that was huge. You son of a frick. Oh. We had it that time if it hadn't been for Grabby McThrowy Man there. Okay, I think we're making some pretty good time here by just not going the long way around. It's a little bit more risky, just taking a hit. The kamikaze frogs got me. All the things that could have done me in, I wasn't expecting it to be the kamikaze frogs. Okay, maybe that one we do need to get up against the wall there and do the wall jump. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna do this. We can do it. Yes, we can. I already forgot. I already forgot the strategy. I was so busy quoting Barack Obama that I forgot what I was doing. I'm not disappointed, I'm just mad. Okay, so far so good. Now go. Okay, could have been a little better, but you know, we'll take it. Oh, okay, we're still alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Ground pound, get up there. Where was the throwy guy? What happened to him? Did he not spawn, or did I kill him somehow? I don't know. But we did it. The important thing is we did it. Hallelujah. Okay. Well, we do have one more. I guess we'll do it just that way. It'll finish off the world. Let me check to make sure. I know it's been a little bit over an hour. Like I said, I kind of wanted to call it there, but you know, it would be satisfying to just have this whole world under our belt to end off this episode. Just give a nice sense of completion there. So let's do it. When toads fly, invade. Hopefully this won't be too difficult of one and we can beat it maybe on our first try. Who knows? Probably not. It's one where they're giving us the punchy attack thing, so that's how you know you're probably in for a tricky one. They're giving you a weapon to defend yourself. That's how you know you are in for it. Yeah, look at this. Turning into a bullet heck kind of game here. That's never fun. It slows you down when you have to stop to shoot too, so we'll try to shoot as infrequently as possible. Holy cow. Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, that's a good way to end this episode. Nice, easy challenge. Alright. Daddy liked that. Okay, well, guess we'll end it off here. Next time we will be on the next world, which I believe is... I don't know. Is it the food world where everything goes from like there's like some cold levels and some hot levels? I kind of think that's what it is. But whatever the next world is, let's take a look real quick. Let's go outside. Let's look and see. I think that's what it is. We'll take on that world, and then we'll probably do some more of these time challenges. Maybe the worlds 3 and 4's time challenges. I don't know. We'll see how much time we have after we beat the next world. But yeah, that'll be on the next episode. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Gormand Land? I guess it's Gormand Land, but Gormand rolls off the tongue better. Hi, my name's Gormand. But yeah, we'll be taking that one on the next episode, so I'll catch you guys there. Please consider liking this video and also clicking the subscribe button if you feel so inclined. I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, till next time, guys. Bye-bye.